Hi, I'm Alex, the designer here at Elevator Interiors, and I'm here to show you how easy it is to install our new modular wall panel system, Intaflex. First, carefully unpackage all your materials and make sure nothing is missing or damaged before disassembling your existing elevator. Then, you want to organize the new material, starting with your panels. In this instance, the panels are labeled A through D. Organize panel D closest to the wall and A on top, as it is the first panel that's being installed in your cab. You'll also want to organize your panels by wall. In the case of our sample cab, there are only two walls, a rear and a right wall. The remaining materials include stainless steel corner reveal, stainless steel front reveals, stainless steel cap reveals, stainless steel wall bases with pre-attached aluminum starter strips, your Z-clips, your spacer bars to help align the wall bases, and number 6 screws to attach the Z-clips, and number 8 screws to attach the panels and reveals. The first step in your cab installation is installing your front corner reveals. The front corner reveals are installed tight to your canopy and return or strike with the fastening holes on the inside so they're completely hidden by the panel system. In the case of our cab, which is wood construction, we are using number 8 flathead sheet metal screws. If your cab is a steel cab, you will be securing your reveals with 1/8 inch rivets. The back corners of your cab will be covered by a formed stainless steel angle and secured using the same flathead screws as the front reveals. Now that the reveals are installed, let's discuss some problems that you may encounter while installing your reveals. If your reveals are too short, we recommend placing them tight to the floor, keeping the gap at the top where it is least noticeable. If your reveals are too long, we recommend cutting them using a cutoff wheel or a jigsaw and placing the cut edges at the top or bottom, wherever you can hide it best. The last issue you may encounter is a transom that projects into the cab. In order to solve this problem, you must cut the reveal where the transom intersects the return or strike, and flip the parts end for end so the sheared edges are together. You must then exchange the left and right reveals to maintain proper hole alignment. The next step is to install your stainless steel wall base with attached starter strip. Start by sticking the hardboard spacer provided tight to the canopy and side walls. The next step to installing your stainless steel wall base is to center it on your cab wall, pushing it tight to the hardboard spacers provided, and securing it using the flathead screws provided. The bottom of each panel is secured with an aluminum Z-clip. The first Z-clip is installed directly on top of the wall base, centered on the cab wall, and secured with hardware provided. Next is to install your stainless steel cap reveal, tight to the canopy and centered on your cab wall. It is important to remember to keep the mounting holes on the top of the cab. We offer several island ceiling options. 2 of them are the aluminum grid ceiling with lay-in lenses and the solid island ceiling faced with stainless steel and complete with LED downlights. Today we'll be installing the solid island ceiling. You've already installed the car top power supply and drilled the necessary mounting holes as shown in the drawing provided. The ceiling is shipped with 2 pivoting brackets and is temporarily hung from the car top using the toggles. Making sure to disconnect your power from your car top power supply, you can then begin to connect each of your lights individually and swing your ceiling into place, temporarily hanging it from the toggles. The last step in installing your solid island ceiling is to hold the ceiling up while your partner replaces the toggles with nuts and washers. Be sure to center the island ceiling before the final tightening. At this point, this is the best time for you to remove the remaining plastic from your reveals. You are now ready to begin installing your first panel. Starting with panel A, you want to engage your bottom Z-clip with the previously installed Z-clip and center it on your starter strip. Before securing your panel, be sure the bottom of it is tight to the starter strip and flush on both ends. Then secure the panel using the flathead screws provided. To begin the installation of panel B, you want to place your Z-clip directly on top of panel A, center it visually between your vertical reveals, and secure it using the provided hardware. If your interior package is ordered with a handrail, it will come pre-installed. However, we recommend that if your cab is in a high-use area, you remove this hardware and through-bolt it whenever possible. Let's take a minute to talk about cab ventilation. If you are covering any existing ventilation or bring your cab up to code, you will need to provide adequate ventilation. The wall panels are designed to sit off of the cab wall. This allows air to flow past the edge of the panel. By drilling a series of holes in the cab wall, you can meet the code requirement. Before securing the top of panel B, be sure that the bottom is tight to the top of panel A and flush on both sides. Then secure the top of the panel with the flathead screws provided. The third row of Z-clips is installed tight to the top of panel B, centered visually between the vertical reveals, and secured using the hardware provided. After installing panel C, be sure the bottom is tight to the top of panel B and flush on both sides. Then secure the top of the panel using the hardware provided. And the last row of Z-clips is installed tight to the top of panel C, visually centered between your vertical reveals, and secured using the hardware provided. Unlike the rest of the panels, the top of panel D is secured by through-bolting the stainless steel pad hooks. Your cab installation is now complete. Thank you for watching the installation video on our new wall panel system, Intaflex. For more information, go to www.elevatorinteriors.net.